quick review, man. I'm not even gonna waste you guys' time with some lengthy review. The game's not even over, man. It's on in the background. I got it on mute. There's no point of watching it. It's 42-0 right now, and I was taking notes. And ultimately, we are just not good enough. Like we were a 28 point underdog, and we deserved every bit of that. Our secondary, I'm just gonna go over some key. I had key points to victories, right? Do not leave plays on the field. Well, James Blackman did what James Blackman tends to do. Overthrow, be inaccurate with the football. So, yep. When I say no, do not leave plays on the field, that also has to go with tackles. Guess what? That guy that wears number 5 at linebacker, he still can't tackle to save his life. I don't know how he ever became a linebacker. Can't tackle. So, keys to victory. Do not leave plays on the field. We couldn't make tackles, and we couldn't throw the ball, and of course, next, offensive line must be at least average. Well, that's a big X. Our offensive line couldn't block them for a second. And, like I said, man, I know our offensive line wasn't good, but embarrassing. We couldn't block anybody. Big X on the O-line. Now, no mental mistakes. Hornibrook comes in on his first drive. He throws a pick. Blackman throws a pick. Gainer, unsportsmanlike conduct, a penalty on him. Just bad at every level of the game, man. Our secondary is terrible. I'm telling you right now, this offseason is the offseason. If Coach Willie Taggart does not address the defense, I'm talking from a coaching standpoint, because our defense is just badly coached. They don't tackle well. Corners and safeties don't read the quarterback's eyes. They don't cover well. They don't react to the ball. Watch Clemson, or watch the corners against Clemson receivers, or any receivers for that matter, in one-on-one situations. They are never playing the ball. They're always stuck with their hands in the air looking directly at the wide receiver. How can you ever make a play on the ball like that? I think we just fumbled, and it's 42-0 with 9 minutes left in the third quarter. And I think we just fumbled and Clemson got the ball. Yeah, ridiculous. So the mental mistakes, because we just, man. I'm going to go over some notes. Santi Samuel. First drive, they knew exactly who they wanted to go after, and they picked on Asante Samuel that first drive. Again, our corners just aren't coached very well. And plus, Asante Samuel probably shouldn't be playing on the outside against 6'4", 6'5" receivers when he's 5'10". He's probably more of a slot corner guy and can be used in that role. Bad coaching, bad personnel. I talked about the Gainer penalty. The second drive, we actually had a good defensive stand. We actually, I think we forced them to punt in that second drive. Our O-line struggled mightily. We just fumbled the ball. They don't even have Trevor Lawrence in the game anymore. So kudos to Clemson for we fumbled and we got the ball. Okay, so we got the ball back. Look at that. It doesn't matter because we're not going to do anything with it offensively. Our offense, really struggled. I'm going to tell you something I didn't like from the offense other than the O-line. I don't know who's making that call, whether that's Coach Taggart or Coach Browse. It seems to be that whenever something goes good offensively, it's all Kendall Browse. When something goes bad, it's all Coach Taggart. So I'm going to blame the offensive coordinator because I don't play that game, and I know where that type of thing stems from. whether you like to hear that type of thing or not. Whenever something bad offensively, it's always Coach Taggart. Whenever something good, Kendall Briles has done such an amazing job. No, Kendall Briles, wrong. You can't. For a while, we were going quarterback in each drive. Like, how can any look? Blackman was throwing bad passes, but how can the kid ever get in a rhythm when you're going to Hornibrook on every other drive? And how could Hornibrook ever get in a rhythm? I mean, he throws that first pick, and honestly, you probably shouldn't have seen Hornibrook for the rest of the game if you just want to be honest. But how can either quarterback ever get in a rhythm with that type of rotating of the quarterbacks? What they should have did was what they did in that was it the Louisville game, right? It was a Louisville game where Blackman had like the first 3 or 4 possessions, and then Hornibrook came in. But they started quick, which it doesn't matter who the quarterback is if your offensive line can't guard one-on-one. None of them could guard one-on-one. It really was ridiculous. You know, and I'm going to get drunk later. You got to remember, I'm in Hawaii, so it's still early. It's only 12 in the afternoon here. So I'm not going to get drunk just yet. But I'm going to drink my sorrows away. Defense, again, continues to play out of position. I don't really know how else to, like, it's really, our linebackers are really bad. There were plays where the defensive line does their initial job, and the linebackers are supposed to fill the gaps. That's kind of how run defense works, right? Our linebackers are never in the right position. They're never hitting the gap that they're supposed to hit. And when they do, they can't tackle. The whole defense is just poorly coached as far as I'm concerned. I did the Levitt Harlan Barnett video, and everybody takes the blame on this one. Harlan's got to go, and Levitt, maybe he can take over next year and hire some guys, hire his own guys is what I would like to see. Defensively, man, we won't get any better until our linebackers are better. And our secondary, man, our whole back end of our defense is trash. Our corners are bad. Our secondary's soft. Prayers out for Keyshawn Helton. He looks like he's done for the year. They got carted off. He had his leg in an air cast. Yeah. So prayers out to him. He's probably our second best. He's been our second most productive wide receiver for sure. So really sucks to see him go down. It's like I said, it's 42-0 right here. Hornibrook's in the game. And he finally gets some good protection, and he throws the ball out of bounds because I guess everybody was covered up. Cyrus Fagan looks like he's been done for the game, too. He hasn't come back in the game. Yeah. It's just ridiculous, man. That's why I'm cutting this in the third quarter, because there's nothing that can happen in the rest of this game to make you say anything positive. Look at that. Hornibrook has a pocket to step in, and he, again, overthrows the target, completely misthrows the target. Now watch next drive, we'll go to James Blackman. It doesn't make any sense how this offense is being run right now. And if you want to, I'm going to give Briles the blame, and both guys get the blame. I mean, damn, at a point, Coach Taggart has to sit here and say, no, we're going to play this guy or not this guy. So it's really freaking ridiculous what I've watched today. I thought after 2 straight victories and a bye week, we would be prepared to at least compete in this game. We didn't even compete. Not for a second. They came out on the first possession and drove right down the field and embarrassed us. We haven't competed in the entire game. We look like we don't belong on the field. And the only thing positive to take from this game is that it's over. And that going forward, honestly, we have almost of a cakewalk schedule. Because there's not a team. I know we play Wake next week, and I don't think Wake has lost a game, but I also don't think Wake has played anybody. We should be honestly, the only game going forward we probably won't be favored in is the Florida game. Miami's trash. That's right, Hurricanes. Fuck you. I said it, y'all trash. Boston College, trash. Syracuse, trash. Wake, I guess I'll say unproven. I mean, they're 5-0, so you got to give them credit on that. But I don't think that's a game we should sit here and consider a possibility of losing. As a matter of fact, I'm about to look at our schedule right now and see how many victories we should have. Excuse me. Schedule. Here we go. How many victories? Right. So we got Wake. I'm gonna say that's a win because damn it, they're Wake Forest. So for me, that's a W. I don't care if they're 5-0. That's a W. They're ranked number 19. Can we go at Wake and win a game? Syracuse, win. Miami, win. Boston College, win. Then we play Alabama State, win. Hell, going into the Gator game, man, seriously, we should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games strong. With our record now, what are we, 3-2? We'll be 3-3 after this game. We should go into Florida 8-3. And they just took a shot. Oh, and finally a corner made a good play, and then they call a flag. That is a trash call. Granted, I'm not even really watching. I'm talking to you guys. Realistically, we could be 8-3 going into that Gator game. It probably should. Again, I mean, Miami, it'll be tough, but that's Miami at home. And if anybody's watched Miami this year, what part of where are they? They're better than us probably defensively. That's it. Like I said, the only positive going forward is we're definitely a bowl team, and we're definitely, we can close this season out going 5-1. Because I don't think we'll beat Florida. Now, Florida still has to play. I'll tune into that game for a little bit. Now, see, that's a hold right there on Janoris, but we won't get that call. But we just got a bogus pass interference call. I'll check that game out for a little bit. But yeah, man, this has been my damn it review. Again, we still got a whole nother quarter left in this game. It's 42-0. There's really this has been the most embarrassing time to be a FSU fan these last few years, man. The talent gap isn't that huge, but it's really safe to say that the coaching gap is. And I want Willie Taggart to succeed so bad. But at a certain point, as a head coach, you have to take a stand. And I said it before, if I'm Coach Taggart, I have to make a decision. Am I going to lose with someone else's players who aren't getting the job done? Or am I going to play my guys and lose anyway? But at least I'm going to play my guys. Right now, Clemson's running the second team in on us, and we still can't get anything going offensively or defensively. So maybe they were right. Maybe the FSU social media that I criticized for saying that Clemson's backups, maybe they were right. Clemson's backups seem to be better than our damn starters. And again, Willie Taggart gets the blame because he's the coach right now. But I'm telling you right now, that FSU staff under Jimbo Fisher, because all those players on the field, I'm telling you, that you see, 90% of them are from the old regime. They were badly graded, scouted. We got guys on that team who suck. Like, there's time to blame coaching, and I blame the coaching again for when I see guys playing out of position, when I see guys lining up wrong, when I see guys when the ball goes in the air are just lost in the damn sauce and don't know how or where to locate the ball. Okay, we'll go with coaching on that because those guys aren't being taught or positioned in a way to win. But when I see linebackers square up and can't tackle, that's when a guy just sucks. When I see safeties and corners just can't make plays on the ball, that's when guys just, there's a time when I see a lineman one-on-one just getting whooped, he sucks. There are players on this team that just flat out suck. And they were about to punt the ball, and somehow they got a first down. We just got guys, man, that on this team that suck. And, you know, there's some positive things for the rest of the season. We can still end this season on a positive note going into a bowl game. Again, we win these next 5 games and we can turn the corner. I really believe like we have 6 games left. 5 of the 6 are extremely winnable. I don't know if we'll be favored against Wake, but we should probably be favored in every single game going forward, other than Florida. So there's some positives to go for. Probably about to tune in here. I'm the type of fan, I don't care if we were losing 100-0. I'm going to watch it. I just want to get this out of the way because after this, I really don't want to, you know. I'm gonna look at this schedule one more time. Try to put my feelings aside and say, okay, where are the real losses and wins? I'm gonna say we probably won't be favored against the number 19 team in the country, that is Wake Forest. We probably won't be favored in that game. In all honesty, I'm gonna chalk that up as a win. I don't care. It's Wake Forest. Syracuse. I've watched enough Syracuse to see that they're pretty bad this year. That's a win. Miami's a 50-50 game. Yes, I think we look better than Miami as a whole. I really believe that. But it is Miami. It is a rivalry game. They got N'Kosi Perry starting now, for whatever that's worth. They should have lost that UVA game, but kudos to them for finding a way to win it when we should have won that UVA game and we couldn't figure out a way to win it. So I will go a 50-50 game on that. I think we might be favored in that game, but it's a rivalry game, and we had them whooped last year and found a way to lose that game. Boston College. Again, I've seen enough of Boston College to know they're not a very good football team. I'm really chalking up that as a win. Alabama State's an automatic win. And again, that Gator team is the one L, like the one definitive L on the schedule. Because if you just look at the teams that we've lost to. Hold on, excuse me. Let's look at the teams we lost to, right? UVA was ranked. I don't know after the Miami game if they'll still be ranked. But they played Notre Dame extremely well, and they should have beat Miami. You could argue that's a one-loss football team. And then I think Boise State's still undefeated. Yeah, I think Boise State's still undefeated. So our 2 losses, all our losses aren't necessarily bad losses. This, while the score is bad, it's Clemson. And I said it in my preview. I said this game was either going to be 1 or 2. We were either going to get our doors blown off, or we were going to win in a shootout. Well, we got our doors blown off. But that's it, guys. Thanks for checking me out. Thanks for watching this bullshit with me. I'm out. See you guys next week when I'll talk about some Wake Forest stuff.